a wheel and pedals, and I don't have to use the brake to drive backwards, which is the big gripe I have. But that's all now included in the base game. And you can go gear shift as well, except I don't have a stick, so not something I'm really wanting to engage in. I mean, the nearest I'll go to is a paddle shifter, but really not a thing I tend to use. I mean, real world, while I can drive a stick, I haven't for 20 years now. So, a little bit rusty. I drive a car which has a European style electronic shifter, so I can manually select the gears, but it doesn't use a clutch to do so. Okay, where are we up to? Okay. Again, too low. Stab. There we go. Extract ourselves slightly. Carefully, should I say. So 45 left, I guess, and it's 4:30. Well, we've kept the digester at capacity, and a couple of times a little bit over capacity. And I think I guess tomorrow I can run out to the rye and the canola fields just to see if they're growing yet. If they are, I could consider fertilizing them. Although I think technically you should wait until spring. What is it in the real world? It's kind of still winter, and I know at least one farmer who's looking at possibly spraying his crops now. But that said, fertilizer is up about 2,000% on the year, so there are a lot of farmers who are seriously considering what they're going to fertilize this year, and it's going to be a case of I've got a limited amount of, I don't have sufficient amounts of fertilizer because I can't afford it, so which fields am I going to use this resource on? Okay, that's good. And we're out of there. Okay. How are we doing? Okay, we have seriously caught up. I got any tea left? Yeah. Tea's a tad cold, but that's gone. So 5 o'clock on a mid-autumn, last day of mid-autumn. So because it's early, middle, late, spring, summer, fall, winter, each of those effectively corresponds to a month. And therefore, with 3 game days per month effective, we're basically looking at about 10 real world days per game day. A little bit over a week. And for this size of farm, I think it's worked out reasonably well for us. There's a couple of months where there really is nothing to do on the 3rd day, or I spread out the work over 3 days. But and the other reason for selecting such a large number of days per month is because weather, especially at this time of year. Wait for the bale 2 thing. It's cloudy today, it's sunny with clouds tomorrow. Oh, it's going to snow on Wednesday. So that's mid-fall, late fall, late fall, late fall, winter. Sunny, cloudy, snow. But there are some days where, or some fall periods where you can have rain every other day. And the problem is it's rain in the evening through to rain in the morning, and you lose an entire day's worth of harvesting because the crops are all wet because it rained last night, and by the time they dry up today it's dark, so not an ideal time to be harvesting. And then the next day you've got till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you've got the morning dew to contend with, that you've got 2 hours of harvesting time. So it can be quite frantic during harvest period. But most of the rest of the year I think we're comfortable. 40,000, okay. And at 6 o'clock it is getting dark, so I've got all the lights on, so I might leave this tractor over here. We can jump back into it tomorrow morning and drive it past our fields and do field inspection. But otherwise our harvest is done, our fall planting is done. We do have 1 clover field to cut before winter, and that will be, well, sometime in late fall. We'll hold that there. Oh, it's gone. And wait till we drop below 46. And we can get out of here with this one. Okay, how much have we got left now? We've got 30. Oh yeah, we're on the last 30. Nice. Okay, the other thing I do want to check is wheat prices midwinter, barley prices are midwinter. What have we actually got? I don't even know. We have barley, we have canola, we have sunflowers, we have potatoes, we have sugar beets. We have triticale and we have spelt. Okay, let's get back to the other. So we have barley, which is midwinter. We have canola. Ooh, early winter. Okay. We have sunflowers. Well, the bottom's about to crash out of that market, and it'll be back by spring. We have potatoes. Midwinter. We have sugar beets, late winter, and we have triticale, early to midwinter, and rye, early. So first thing we're looking at selling is canola, first day of winter. So that's the other nice thing about sort of spreading your crops around is different best times to sell. So I'm not worried about, it's going to take me about 5 trips to sell all the triticale if I just use the truck. And we're typically bringing them down to this part of the map, so about as far as you can travel with it. But I'm not doing 30 trips with it because I've got everything to sell. I'm just doing 5 trips one day, 5 trips the next day. And so it keeps stuff spread out, I guess. Okay. 7 o'clock. What I might do is, we're not going to sell all this today. Actually, it might be good not to sell all this today. We're going to get a huge income overnight. And then we've still got a good number more to sell tomorrow. So that can be the plan. We will, as soon as we drop below 38, we'll drop the time. I got it caught up. Okay. Put that over there by the shed. And lights off. Engine off. That's a really good vehicle to jump into. So we have animals are looking fine. They probably need a top up of silage tomorrow. But because we fed them late in the day, we can actually wait until not next morning, the morning after. But for right now, turn that off. We will sleep for 14 hours. Will take us to about 9 o'clock. We'll do that. How much money are we going to have? 123,000. Still, it's a nice income. It's not great, but great demand. Eggs. Great demand at Willowbrook. What do you want me to sell to you? That's the eggs. Oh, wheat. Lovely. That's a nice price. Sadly, we don't have any. So, yeah. This one is very carefully. The weight is just sufficient, so we can bump us back up to times 15. Nice. It won't take us too long to deal with all of these. Income for day won't be quite so great. To 41,000, so it won't take another double stack in a trip. I'll run them over 3 bales at a time. Again, this is a good bale fork for the size of vehicle we're running and for what we're doing here. I'm really not liking the Albert bale fork from 22. I'm really looking at a lot of the modded bale forks for moving bales around. Oops. Let's back that off. I'll go get the last stack. And we have sold our silage. Yay! It is late fall, and the ground's wet. And that was the thing I was saying earlier about the ground being wet. It's, I think, technically an emulation of dew. So, yeah, morning dew, the ground's wet, and it's not going to dry out till around about midday for many days. So if I want to make hay, you know, I've lost half the day before I can even consider starting it. And that's because we're playing with Seasons and Maize Plus. So there's multiple stages of everything. Fortunately, because our sheep eat far more clover product than they do grass product, and it's an either or, I've tended to not use grass and just use clover. Clover is not affected by weather like grass is. Okay, gonna let that disappear and then we'll be off. There we go. Now let's lift that up so I've got a slightly better view of what's ahead of us. Do I need anything from the store? It's a good time to think about it, but I think on the whole, actually, I actually keep a weight at the store so that if I have to buy a ton of stuff, I can come down with the JCB and a pallet fork and use the weight on site rather than bring my own. Try and figure out how to bring my own. I know some trailers support, or some weights support a trailer hitch, and some trailers will attach to the weights trailer hitch, but I kind of use a lot of mods and they don't always play nice in the same sandpit. So I know other YouTubers will have a telehandler or a front loader, skid steer or something like that, forklift in 22 to achieve the same aims. Okay. Oh, my throat is bad. Have a turn in just to the left here. It's one of the features I like about Oxygen David's maps. He's got little prompts that you're getting close to somewhere. Is that what Rye looks like? I guess. Well, there we go. Rye. Yeah, that's actually that's a stage. Well, there you go. Anyway, so our rye has started growing. I want to go up and check the canola as well. Yeah, that's a feature of the Quick Look mod. If you switch it into reverse, it looks out the back if you're in cab. And when you turn the wheel, it will pan to the direction you're driving in, which if you're... I think there was at one time a bug, I'm not sure if it's still there, that if you're in reverse, it actually looks opposite direction to the way you're driving. I'll try that now we're on the lane. So if I look out the back window... Oh no, that's good. It does pan to the left, and that's the direction I'm actually steering in. Anyway. It's a feature that's available in truck sim, which I tend to, European and US truck sim, which I tended to use. So it helps to be able to see round the corners as you're turning onto a road. Oh, again, we're driving up the bank. Shouldn't do that. That's not a good plan. And here we are with the canola, and that is looking really nice. That's nice. So I could come out here with the sprayer and do that. The rye, I'll probably leave a day or two, or spring. Either way, I think we don't have GPS on our mid-size tractors, but I do have GPS on our Valtra, which is our smallest tractor, just because I use it to spray fields, and it can help to control where you've been, because stuff. Okay, I'm going to put this right here. Leave that there. Guessing I'm kind of done with the loader arms too. So we'll put those down right about there. And this is ready to pretend to be a tractor again. So that's all our sort of medium-sized to heavy tractors. These two have wheel. Actually, I think all those three have wheel weights. They do a lot of the ploughing or seeding work, and so they have a front weight as well, which helps with the traction. I'm going to step through each of the vehicles, see if any need servicing. You need servicing, okay. That didn't take long to find one. Because it's like we really have nothing left to do. I should probably back away from the repair.